a Netflix original film.
The Wi-Fi isn't working.
In the event of a global communications breakdown, do the following. Stay inside.
What just happened here is happening everywhere.
Avoid strangers.
We've all been deserted.
I don't trust them.
And most importantly, do not panic. Julia Roberts.
What happens next?
Mahershala Ali.
I knew something was coming.
Leave the World Behind. Rated R. In select theaters now and on Netflix December 8th.
We are entering the big holiday month of December. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, we've got all the deets on all the best events from Eric Duran-Valle of TheList.Vegas. He'll tell us where you need to be and what you need to do to not get FOMO. Plus, he's got some advice on how to keep visitors entertained and how to take care of yourself. It's Tuesday, November 28th. I'm Sarah Lohman, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Welcome, Eric. I'm so happy you're here.
Great to be here. Thank you, Sarah.
So, okay, let's talk the best of what to do in our beloved city in December. I mean, December's a unique month for us because, we're not getting snow. Our weather is generally pretty glorious this time of year, but that might seem odd to other people. So, what do you love about December in Las Vegas?
Well, I think you really hit it. Well, just talking about the weather, and because of that good weather, it's probably the perfect time of year to go hiking.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We have a lot. So we'll get to stuff you can do in the city, but actually there's a lot of stuff you can do out of the city. I remember.
No, let's go outdoors. Hit me.
Absolutely. The great thing about Vegas, a teacher once told me, was that you can go just 2 hours in any direction and you're in the middle of nowhere. So it's great refuge escape, especially, because the holidays can be a really busy time of year. It's nice to just kind of get some peace and quiet.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to recharge, recenter, and not just middle of nowhere, but some of the most beautiful middle of nowheres on the planet. So what are let's start with some hiking recs. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go recharge?
Well, one place that's really popular during this time of year is obviously the Spring Mountains. Now we know because of Hurricane Hillary back in August, there was historic flood damage up there. So a lot of the
trails had to be repaired. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trails and roads, it just wasn't safe to go up there for a while. Mm-hmm. A lot of those have reopened. Unfortunately, some of the more popular ones, like Mary Jane Falls and Cathedral Rock, are still closed. But some other really good ones that I like are open right now, such as Stepladder Loop, which is really nice. A lot of diverse plants and animals you have a chance of seeing. Raintree is very beautiful. And Fletcher Canyon, which just has some very stunning vistas and sights to go see. Check out GoMountCharleston.com. They have the most up-to-date information on what's closed and what's open. A lot of stuff is just going to be closed anyway, even without the flood damage because of winter conditions. But I'll also say, I personally, I'd recommend save Mount Charleston for summer, because when it's 110 degrees down here, it's only 80 degrees up there. Now is the best time to go to places like Valley of Fire or the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. I don't know if you've ever been to Valley of Fire, Sarah.
Yeah, I have. I actually did. They do a hike every full moon, and so I did one of their full moon hikes. Yeah, it's really magical. You can go out there starting at sunset, and there's rangers posted, so it's very safe. It's a very short loop hike. So I hiked out at sunset and just sort of parked myself on a rock, and all these people are waiting for moonrise. And then once the moon sort of comes over the cliffs, you can walk back in the moonlight. It's absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah, sunrise, sunset, definitely the best times to be there. Lake Mead, because of what's left of the lake, kind of acts as this giant mirror. Not the best idea to go there during the summer, but winter is prime time. Still take the same desert precautions. Wear a hat, wear sunscreen, have breathable clothing that covers your skin. Fortification Hill is a really cool one. It's very steep for, the first few, I want to say half a mile or so. It's been a while since I've done it. But then you just get on top of the mesa and you just have this view of the
Oh my
lake,
gosh.
and it's just really spectacular.
And actually, on that drive back from that full moon hike on Valley of Fire, I ended up, because I live in Henderson, driving
Mm-hmm.
along Lake Mead during a full moon,
Mm-hmm.
and it is this like big silver reflection pool. It's so
Oh yeah.
cool. And one
Yeah.
of my favorite winter hikes that I did last year is right up by Valley of Fire and Lake Mead as well. And it's that town that was on Lake Mead, under Lake Mead, and now
St.
it's
Thomas.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, St. Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is amazing. It's not a recently revealed, like it was, the government came and took it. It went under the water. It came back like
Yeah.
20 years later. The foundations are still there. I had the most wonderful eerie hike. I was there with a friend, and you could not see a single other person. There were burros in the distance making weird burro noises. And like it was snowing on the mountaintops. It was totally gorgeous. And of course, like 65 degrees down on the valley.
I actually haven't been to St. Thomas, so I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
it's
check
worth
it out
it.
before.
You'll love it. So, all right, this sounds so amazing for me to, go outside and do a hiking. Do you have any last recs of just like, we don't have to necessarily be active to enjoy the outsides. Where else would you go to enjoy the weather?
I actually have one that's kind of a nice little boundary, like that isn't too far out and kind of still within city limits. December 17th, which is the winter solstice, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing a sort of family event at the Henderson Bird Viewing Preserve.
Oh,
So they're going to
cool.
have crafts, for kids, and like, there's going to be interpreters there to, talk about birds and stuff.
Yeah, if people haven't made that journey to Henderson to see the bird viewing preserve, I do really recommend it as well. I live close enough to that in the Wash that I'll see like cormorants and pelicans flying by, which is also like, I just love, to being in a desert and seeing a pelican. It like blows my mind. So, okay, moving on. I know that you were really into music and you play in at least one band. That's correct, right?
Yeah, so at TheList.Vegas, my main area of focus is music and rock shows. So if you actually go there under the hot lists at the menu at the top, you'll see Eric's Trip. It's got 2 little electric guitar emojis.
Ooh,
And that's basically just a slate of a bunch of cool upcoming shows that, you know, usually aren't on the Strip or the bigger places, but are at some of the
yeah.
smaller music venues around town.
I love it.
So yeah, that's my main thing. I play bass in a band called Switterbeat. And as well, I have my own music project called Scoundrel the Sage.
And you play tuba as well, correct?
I sure did. Yeah. I played tuba through middle, high school, and college.
And semi-professionally as an adult. I mean, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but there is a December like holiday event that you really recommend, right?
Yeah, so I used to do this every year when I still had access to a tuba. It is called Tuba Christmas. It is a nationwide event. There's local chapters in pretty much every major city in the U.S. Basically, what it is every tuba player, and they've expanded it to include euphonium and trombone.
Oh, good.
For my band nerds who know what a euphonium is, but we all come together and just play a bunch of Christmas carols on these low brass instruments like the tuba. And
It's
on
cool.
paper, sounds god awful.
I'm there. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, because it almost creates this sort of really rich, deep pipe organ type sound.
Where and when can we attend the tuba and euphonium concert?
So it'll be December 10th, which is a Sunday at Town Square. They do it right in front of the big Christmas tree that they have there.
Okay, so I feel great. I'm going to go and feel some like resonant Christmas reverberations.
It's really beautiful, and they decorate the tubas. So they'll put wrapping paper on the horn, they'll put tinsel on the tubing, and they actually have a contest for best decorated instrument. Oldest player, youngest player. I think the oldest in the past has been like 89, and the youngest has been like as young as like 8-9 years old.
Okay. I hope too that attending inspires some people to join up for next year too.
Absolutely.
Okay. So obviously you're stoked about that event. I am too. What are some other music events happening in December that you're really excited about?
One that caught my eye is a sort of double concert at Brooklyn Bowl from Mark Rebellet, who some people might know better as Loop Daddy on the internet. He got a lot of attention during the pandemic. He posted like these live streams of himself just in his bathrobe, making these like really cool DJ loops and beats in his house. And now he's taking it to IRL in real life. And so that is going to be December 16th and the 29th at Brooklyn Bowl.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and one tip I have about going to see shows at Brooklyn Bowl was, they all these casinos say like free parking for locals, but like there's these weird caveats like it's only for 3 hours, or like, you try to scan your driver's license and it just goes, nope. I like to park at the Sahara, which is free, and take the monorail to the Link, which is where the Brooklyn Bowl is.
Oh my gosh,
Which
using
little
public
stuff
transportation.
Yeah, little self promotion. I wrote this article about the monorail a few months ago, and like it's fun to, when you live in Vegas, a place that doesn't have the best public transit, it's fun to kind of cosplay like you do have something like that for a minute.
Monorail.
So like, and it's just fun riding the monorail. It's almost half the entertainment of the evening is taking the monorail there.
Oh,
and you get to park for
absolutely.
free.
And great views of the Sphere from the monorail too. So it's also
Absolutely.
worth the ride to get a gander at our newest tourist attraction. I am a person though that if I scan my driver's license and the parking meter says, "No," I will call that attendant. I am a Las Vegan and I deserve this.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fun. Brooklyn Bowl's a great venue as well. Do you've got one more for us?
So there's an artist named Nate No Face who is going to be coming to the usual place on December 8th. The best way to describe his music is very unique. It's a sort of alternative dark wave. He incorporates, like sort of electronic elements in there. I wouldn't call it full blown goth, but it's pretty good. I've listened to some of it, but that's going to be a really cool show. Once again, at the usual place, which I still go back and forth on whether or not that's a good name for a venue.
Yeah, usual place. Okay, so I am an eater, and I think that the time between Thanksgiving and New Year's are probably some of the best eating weeks of the year. So, if I want to get indulgent with my eating and drinking, how about that? Where should I be going in December?
Well, one of the cool new places that it's been pretty anticipated. I haven't gotten a chance to go yet, but it's called Winnie and Ethel's.
There
It
was
opened
just
up.
some talk
Mhm.
around the CityCast
A lot
break
of
room.
buzz. Yep.
So it's their vintage diner that's just opened.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was a little nervous because I thought maybe it's like they're investing all the money in the look of it, but we have it on good authority. Both Scott and David, my co-host, have said that the food is excellent.
Yeah, and I'm friends with quite a few chefs, people who work in F&B around town, and they've been there and they've had nothing to say but good stuff.
Oh, that's exciting.
So another spot that's going outside of downtown a little bit, there's this place on Fort Apache and Sahara, I want to say. It's kind of near Summerlin. It's called Little Avalon. And what drew me to this place is that it's a cafe / coffee shop that's open late. And one really regrettable thing that I think happened to the industry after the pandemic was that open late spots, like not bars, not quite restaurants, but just like a cafe or coffee shop where you can just go and read, do work. So this spot was really nice, very low key, spacious. They also have food as well, like in a very diverse menu. But the coffee selection is good, and it's open till like 9, which I enjoy.
Oh, that's great.
So Little Avalon is the name of the place.
Okay,
yeah,
excellent. So speaking of cozy, it is a big holiday month. We've got a lot of big ones. So do you have holiday themed recommendations for when we want to feel a little cozy and festive?
I do. I'm pretty excited about this one. So one is the North Pole Express at Nevada Southern Railway Museum,
Ooh,
which is in Boulder City.
yeah.
And so my friend, Conductor Larry, shout out Conductor Larry, is the conductor at this museum. And basically, it's this short little train ride. It's only about, I think, half an hour long. You go a little bit into the desert and then you get back, you head back to the station. But it's this cute little train, they decorate it up with, tinsel and ornaments. And They sell hot chocolate and stuff, and
Oh, love a train.
really fun for young kids.
I've also noticed from driving through Boulder City, they also do, those little 2-person cars where you push the thingy up and down.
Yeah.
But I've only seen people doing it on like 101-degree days. So it seems like now would be an awesome time for us locals to do that, because you get to go on some otherwise unused tracks through the mountain. I haven't done it yet, but it seems like a cool experience.
Absolutely. No, I think good workout. But yeah, something else that's fun. So on Instagram, I am known as the Vegas Vaquero, which vaquero is Spanish for cowboy, and it's also from which we get the word buckaroo. And so December in Vegas, rodeo time. NFR comes to town, and everyone loves the rodeo, especially UNLV students. They really love the rodeo.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, they hate it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun going to school, seeing a bunch of horses and stuff.
Yeah.
But
love the contrast. It's not for everybody.
No, definitely not. I have a quick little anecdote. So I used to work at the parking office at UNLV. Please don't cancel me. I didn't write tickets. I just I sold permits and I collected the fines. But I just remember one day, right as the rodeo was starting up and it was finals week, in comes this guy. And, he's just complaining about like every year, you guys close down all that parking in front of the Thomas and Mack Center and we can't get to our finals classes. And it's for this dang rodeo. And we're like trying to tell him, and like he would just talk over us, being like, the lot is full. FULL full. And he's saying all this while wearing a 10-gallon hat and like talking like that, like talking like he's, some ranch hand. And you would think like, seems like the guy who would like the rodeo.
Yeah, he's a buckaroo that hates rodeos. Well, he's a very academic buckaroo. He's got to get to his finals.
I suppose so, but it was just it felt like I was in a Seinfeld episode. I was like, am I being punked right now?
So is there a good way that we can kind of participate and see the rodeo that might make some people that are, I do kind of adore the way Las Vegans are always irritated by tourist things that are happening. Like, I think it's great to be a little it's hilarious to be a little grumpy about it. But like, where's a place that we can like find love for the rodeo?
So actually the thing I was gonna mention was kind of indirectly related to the rodeo. Because rodeo tickets are kind of expensive.
Sure.
It's called Cowboy Christmas, and it's at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And it goes from December 7th through the 16th. And basically, it's just, if anything Western cowboy gunslinger related, you're going to find it there. And it's just like, there's a lot of exhibitors and booths. There's this one, I can't believe I'm going to say this one horseman YouTuber that I like that's going to be there. So I'm going to try to find him.
That's exciting.
A friend
for you.
of mine, Myron Hensel, he's going to be doing photography. He does these cool tintypes.
Oh, I love that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
They do hat shaping and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hat shaping. Oh my God. I think I have to go to this. This is so dorky and amazing.
It's free, and it's free. It's free.
It's free? Okay, and I mean dorky in the best possible way. I'm really calling myself dorky, and that I just got so amplified about hat shaping, which I genuinely am. So, but here's my problem. I feel like I overcommit myself in December, right? It's really easy to get burnt out. Do you have the same problem that I do? Do you feel like you say yes to too many things over December?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, like, what do you do? Like, what do you do to recharge when you're feeling a little stretched too thin?
I'll maybe do a little shopping, something a little more casual. Or like go somewhere where I can feel like I can just kind of walk around, enjoy the outside. In the arts district, I feel like Commerce Street has gotten a lot of development lately, which is pretty cool. But it's also like it's one of the few very walkable places in town. So like it's kind of nice to just take a stroll over there.
It seems like you like a little people watching, going into public spaces, walking some of our walkable districts.
Yeah, just kind of, getting outside of yourself for a minute. That's why I like public transit, because like, when you're in a car, you're just kind of all by yourself and it's just easy to see everyone else as an obstacle. Whereas when you're on board the bus or the monorail, you're kind of seeing glimpses of other people's humanity.
Agreed. So is there anything we've missed? Are there any events that are on your mind that you need people to know about?
You know what? There's one more I want to mention. You know, as a music guy, my friend actually tipped me off to this, and we're going to be going to it for the 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon,
Oh,
which is a classic. The CSN Planetarium is doing a special Pink Floyd show, and
cool.
so it's Fridays and Saturdays at 9 p.m. all the way through March.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
This also sounds like the perfect thing to bring like visiting family to, because it seems like
absolutely.
it'd probably be good for any age too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, kids love planetariums. Yeah.
All right. All right. Eric, thank you so much. And we'll see you again here sometime soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
If you want more weekly events in your inbox, you've got to sign up for the List.Vegas' newsletter. You can get that at their website. A quick corrections corner. In the Thanksgiving dinner episode, I mentioned the casino that originated the shrimp cocktail. Vintage Vegas, at Vintage Vegas on Instagram, let me know it's actually pronounced Salsagi, not Salsaigev. It's made up. The space was renovated and became the Golden Gate, which served shrimp cocktail at the famous 50-cent price point. That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed this show, send this episode to 3 friends you want to hang out with this month. Then rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Take care. So I guess I'll see you at, wait, what was it called? The Cowboy Conference? Did I just make that name up?
The Cowboy Conference. Serious business cowboys only. Serious cowboys.
For the tintype and the hat shaping.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well,
thank you so much. Yeah. Cowboy
Thank
Christmas.
You.
Do you want me to retract
there
it,
you
Sonia?
Serious cowpokes only around these parts.